Welcome to today's episode of Daddy's Girls, where you have real women, real midlife, real talk with our featured host, Jacqueline Thorne, speaker and author at Lady J Thorne across all social media platforms. Reach out to her via email, ladyjthorne@gmail.com. And we have our other featured host extraordinaire, Aida Sanchez, speaker, author, and coach at I am Aida Sanchez across all social media platforms. You can reach her as well at info@IamAidaSanchez.com. And you got me, Lisa, the Belief System Boss, author and speaker and coach. So super excited to be here. We are talking about good news and finishing strong. Is Wednesday, November the 1st. I know we shouldn't mention the date just in case we do a replay, but ignore that part. But anyway, we are finishing strong. We want to finish the year strong with some good news and some encouragement. Super excited to be all three of us together. The last time it was just the girls, Jacqueline and Aida.
Yes.
And
we did our best.
Yeah, and y'all did it. Y'all did it. I had to push that out across my social media platform because I will have you ladies know that when we did not go live, when it didn't go, on my social media platform, people did text me and ask me, what was going on? Because your girl has been out of pocket for almost a month now, between taking some much needed time off and in class last week. So anyway, I'm so glad. And Aida's camera shy today, but she wanted to be here. So we are glad, Aida, that you are here with us tonight. So, I am in a support capacity tonight. I'm jumping in when I can get in and when I have some value to add. But I'm going to toss it over to you, Jacqueline.
Okay. So happy to be here tonight. Again, I was driving in Big Sis seat last time, right? Trying to, navigate everything. And it's a lot navigating while you're talking. I didn't have all the videos, and I did watch the replay. Would love to hear the comments. But we had a really awesome time. So we interjected last week the good news, right? Sharing some good news. We're in the fourth quarter. We're coming to the end of the year, and it's festival time. It's celebration time, right? It's
Yes.
family time. Always family advocate. So I'm coming up on my month back to normal into working on the third, which would be Friday. And it's my natural daddy's birthday posthumously. So I didn't always do this, but I started doing a little something on his birthday, right? The first year it was just getting a little balloon from the Dollar Tree and putting it into a piece of cake. And that night I just, said, happy birthday, daddy, right? And as I'm getting older and I feel like I'm getting more seasoned, not, more seasoned.
Seasoned. That's it.
I can
Seasoned.
I can see my daddy now. I see my mom and my dad, but I can now look in the mirror and see my daddy. And that wasn't always the case, right? But I can say that with gladness, right? I've had a lot of healing, and I was able to spend my father's last day on earth with him. So, that's just something, a journey that I'm glad that I went on while he was still on the living side,
Yes.
and had that forgiveness. So I'm very happy that I'm surviving, and I'm not back to normal. This is the new normal, because as
Ooh.
we're talking about how you have to re-educate people how to receive you at different seasons, right? I learned something through my downtime, my quiet time, and I was somebody who gave 150%, but that didn't serve me well, right? And what we said much earlier this year, what doesn't serve me has to go. So I have been more conscious of explaining to people who receive me what you can and cannot get right now, right?
Ooh.
This is what this is what I can give, right? I know what you know me, but this is what I can give. I'm still going to do a very good job, but you can't get the extras right now. That's for me and my growth. So that's my good news. I'm coming up to a month being back, and I have not let the any grass grow on my feet, and I'm retaining the things that I know. So I highly again recommend doing a Jacqueline if you need to.
Yes, that's because that's what we calling it. That's what we labeled it. You did a Jacqueline, and I was like, maybe I need to do a Jacqueline, and that's what I said.
Yes.
I came back and I was like, okay, I'm pulling a Jacqueline. I
Mhm.
put in my leave slip, and I was off, and everybody was like, I was like, hey, it's either the news or time off, right?
Yes.
And it was like, oh, okay, I guess the time off.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah. And you're better off for it, right? Because you owe it to
Yes,
yourself. Again, we talked a little bit before we came on about innately somebody observing that you're a giver and that you're a giving person, that you like to share. Like, we are all
yes, all
givers,
of us.
right?
Yeah,
And being daddy's girls, we are to be of service to others also,
yes.
right? That's a part, again, of this walk and this journey, and it's something that we all have attributes of. So again, I'm glad that you took a break for some refreshment,
Yes.
for a little bit of travel. And again, if you can take any tidbits or any nuggets from my journey, again, I think it's obvious, right? I'm not, you can tell when somebody's putting on face, right, or putting a
Yeah.
face on something. And I'm just really happy that I had the time that I had, and I can see that I've the change, if you will.
But I appreciate the fact in us sharing good news that that's not only your good news, but in terms of finishing strong, fully acknowledging that of having one, to reintroduce yourself,
Right.
two, accepting a new normal, because sometimes the time that we spend is trying to get back to an old way
Exactly.
and
Right.
how we used to do, and being open to accept and embrace our new normal, right? And for you to actually have the gumption, courage, the grit to let folks know, no, don't have it, can't give it. And what I do have, I'm holding on to right now because I need it. I don't have the capacity to do that.
Right.
Or give this, but I can do X, Y, and Z, but to protect home base, to protect self. So that's part of finishing strong, because we want to get to the end of this year not depleted. Uh-oh. Not depleted.
Yes. Yeah, because
Okay.
it continues on.
Yes,
And
yes.
I will also add semicolon. In my self-care journey, I've started yoga. And I've been going for the past month, once a week on Saturdays. And this Saturday is my last session for this 5 weeks.
Okay.
And I'm not sure what I expected, because I didn't have any former experience whatsoever. But I did not expect that, number one, that it would be such a workout, right? I thought, peace and breathing and everything, but
baby, that's a stretch.
my
Your
abs,
whole body.
my hamstrings,
Yeah.
even my chest or my breast, right?
Yes.
Some of these movements, let me see. I need proper support so that I'm not, so I'm breathing correctly.
Yes.
But one thing that stood out, and that was the first session, was if it hurts you, do not do it in anything. And that resonated bells for me.
Okay, where's a mic? Wait, I need to get some props. I need to get, I don't know where I can find some emojis. Just to, right, to say, drop the mic.
So
do not, I need you to roll that back. I need you to roll back that back, because we talking about good news and finishing strong and encouraging our viewers and listeners.
Right.
If it hurts
you, do not do it in anything in life, not just in this class. If it hurts you, don't do it. This was pertaining to a certain stretch, right? If you couldn't, if it hurts, do what you can do. But if it hurts you, do not do it.
Okay, we can end the show on that. Thank you so much. Benediction, pass the plate. Ching, ching. We don't want to hear no ching. We want folding paper.
I heard that with my spiritual mind, with my loving heart, with my body, loving it the way it is at all times. Do not, if it hurts, don't do it. I mean, it's simple, right? We teach it to kids, and ouch, like, that's why I told you not to do that. That's why I told you not to run. But as we get older, keep it simple. If it hurts, don't do it.
It's not benefiting you. The whole purpose of yoga is to balance and center you, focus on your breath and the stretches and the movements, centering and grounding. So if it hurts you,
don't do
it. It is not centering you. It is not grounding you.
Right.
It is not properly stretching you. Something is wrong. It is not helping you. It is not serving you.
No.
If it hurts you,
don't
do it.
Simple. But,
period.
Oh my.
All right, Ada, I know you have some good news.
Okay, and I can't play the organ. I used to be able to play the piano, but I promise you I hear an organ in the background. I do.
I used to play the clarinet in school. but I think I can play the piano by ear. I used to be able to,
Read
not
it.
like a whole song, but
Mm-hmm.
chords, so I know the notes and everything. But yeah, I can hear the
I
dun,
can
dun,
hear
dun, 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 dun.
that's it. See, we got the same tune. We got it. Cause I promise you, it's taking everything I have to hold on to my chair and be like, if that
Woo.
is not some truth being spoken
Mhm.
right there. Okay, Ada, I'm sorry. I'll be
Yes,
quiet. Shh,
Ada.
shh. Go ahead.
No, keep going. It's all good stuff. So glad to be back with the both of you today. We, everything that you said is so true. Um, I was just brought to my recollection here, resetting, right? How the world was reset. And so you talked about doing things. You can't keep doing the same things, the same that we used to. And that is so true because as the world has reset, we too have to reset. And so, and as we mature and as we become more seasoned, we learn the things that don't work for us and that we should not do so that we can continue to grow and continue to remain in alignment and not have to endure the pain of stretching too hard,
Yes.
stretching ourselves. Okay, so that's good. I like that. But also just really thankful for this season. This is Thanksgiving season and as you said, family time. I'm very thankful, and we just have to be thankful of all things and try to focus on anything and everything that's good. Because with all that's going on right now in the world, it can consume our mental space and, just kind of put you in a negative mindset. So we have to really, really, really just think on good things and just continue to have a heart of thanksgiving and just be thankful. And also, there comes a time too, sometimes when we just have to be still because being still sometimes is best because you can really hear and learn and get things so that when you do get ready to make that strategic move, you're more prepared and more aware of how you should be moving because you've been still, you've been listening to the downloads, and you're able to navigate better in life. So I just say, let's just be thankful and enjoy one another, enjoy your families, do something different, plan an outing, get out there. It doesn't have to be far, it could be a staycation. Just get out and enjoy the changing of the foliage,
Mhm.
take a ride and just do something breathtaking that doesn't cost a lot, but it's just gets you out in the air, get the fresh air and get to see the scenery and get out of your normal space. Sometimes we can just get so used to just doing the same redundant things, right? So
Right.
sometimes we have to do something different because it will make you feel better and get out and be social and meet new people. And of course, you're not just going to speak to strangers, but
Or maybe you
just,
are. Maybe that's the
or,
difference is to
Mhm.
speak
yeah,
to
true.
strangers. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but just be mindful of who you speak to, right?
Yes.
But as you're led to speak to someone, I consider myself friendly. I speak to people and they respond, and then we're in conversation. Like I just met someone up at the farm this weekend, and there was a retiree who he's actually builds furniture and cabinetry stuff. And so we talked, and his wife is there along with him, and we're talking. And so you get to meet people, and you're hearing their story. And
Yes.
was I want to be able to retire now too because it's harder for me to go to work since he's home. It's hard for me to get up in the morning, she says. So I just say, just do something different, something for yourself. Sometimes it's good to do something for yourself because as giving people that we are, right,
Yes.
we're always doing for others and we neglect to take care of ourselves. So do something special for yourself. Treat yourself to something this season and just stay focused and think about those things that you want to do, those things, those dreams that you have that have been laying dormant,
Mhm.
and write down one goal and work on that one goal. Doesn't have to be the finished product, but just start so that you don't remain stuck. And then that way, as the year's ending, you could say you ended your year strong and you're entering into a new year with some newness in your life, something new that you're, embarking upon, and, just growing and learning so that you can continue to grow and grow.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like when you talk about remaining in alignment, being in alignment, and being still for the downloads, doing something different, so we can still finish strong. And even if you don't finish it, start it. If you haven't started it, or if you started it, you may have only done step 1, do step 2. What's the second thing that you can do toward it? I think that's important, because sometimes we think if it's not a finished work, a finished product, with a bow on it, then we haven't accomplished something. But the fact that we even started is an accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Um, yeah. That
Yeah.
that's good. Be still and know. On my desk, I have scriptures, a box of scriptures, and so yesterday was my first day in the office. And what scripture was sitting on top, Ada? Of course, prophet. It said, "Be still and know." just be still. So I thought that was perfect, especially having been gone for so long. And I'm looking at more than 8,500 emails. Yes, I said more than 8,500 emails.
Whew.
And I'm thinking where to start. And I look in the corner of my desk and it says, "Be still and know."
Mm-hmm.
So just breathe and just, do the things that, ask the question first. And I did ask the question of my team: let me know if there's something urgent that I need to address. If you don't tell me anything's urgent, then I will start to get through my 8,535 emails.
Mm.
So, like you're saying, Jacqueline, is to let folks know, hey, this is what's on my plate. This is what I'm tackling. And yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
be still and know is very important.
Yeah, I love that. I do love that. Something that I heard this week was about faith versus remembering, right? So you can
Mm,
have faith for a thing, but sometimes it's just about remembering, right? Remember when he did it last time.
yeah.
Remember when you come out of that, right? You have evolved past something, right? So in this season of Thanksgiving and remembering, and you might have family members that are no longer here, or loved ones. Remember, right? The good, the good times, or in representation of that person, right? There's always something to be grateful for, right? No matter, what stage we're in, right? And it takes some balance sometimes before we acknowledge that, right? It's not always, good, bad, or difficult or challenging, right? You might have chronic something, right? Pains or issues, or repetitive, like, but he did it before, he can do it again.
Mm,
So please, know that there is joy to be had in this season. That is, the good news, right? That's what the gospel is, the good news. So
yes.
you can always find something to be grateful for. The fact that you woke up this morning and we above ground and we still have
Yes.
breath, and we still, things might not be going the right way in your mind, but you have another chance. I heard in the scripture, in the sermon on this past Sunday, if it hasn't happened yet, God is still working on it.
Mm,
Because it hasn't come to fruition yet. It's not over. God is still working on it. So still be that work in progress. Do what you have to do to arrive, right? That's what we do every week that we come on here. We have a little chat, we get in, come out,
yeah.
and then we let ourselves be used,
Yes.
right? So it is that time of the season, right? Remember the good, right? Remember that it's not over. You have another opportunity, and you have deposits, right? You have an attraction. You're talking about Ada meeting new people or not talking to them, right? Something like it's the light.
Yes.
It's the light that attracts someone to you.
Yeah.
Right. So don't be afraid to let your light shine, right? Your attraction, the connection that, God is making for you or through you. Like you are a conduit. So
Yes.
we have to remember that, right? We
Yes.
we are we are being, used. We are representation of all good things, right?
Yes.
So
Absolutely. I changed a quote in my email signature today to say life is not always easy, but we co-create we co-create so the hard things are easier to manage. And the co-creation is, of course, us co-creating with our daddy, our heavenly father, to take what is not easy and see what we need to kind of work with and extrapolate from it to help it be manageable. Doesn't mean it's going to turn hard into easy, right? But manageable in the sense of being able to endure, right? Being able to hang in there, being able to fight our way through. Because we still got 2 more months in this calendar year. And we're coming up on the holiday season, which can be challenging, right? So this is the pep talk on the front end.
yeah.
And
We're cheerleading you
that's
on.
it.
Right?
Whoop,
You're
whoop.
ready.
Because we have wait, I don't have I can pull up my calendar on the phone. So we have after this Wednesday, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 more Wednesdays to get through this year.
Yes.
And 8 is the number of new beginnings.
All right now.
7 is finished, 8 is complete and new beginnings, right? So we have 8 more Wednesdays to get through. We're going to get through this holiday season together.
Yes.
We are going to get through Thanksgiving and Christmas and all of that and welcome in the new year because we are setting the intention. We are putting it out in the universe. We are co-creating with our daddy that we are finishing strong. Finishing strong. And here's the beauty about finishing strong is because just to finish means that if my chin is hanging over the finish line or my finger, look, or if I'm just
your nail, your nail.
My little pinky nail is
a hair strand.
What you talking about? It's hanging over. That means I finished, right?
Yeah.
That means we finished. But finishing strong is like that the end of the race and we busting through, well supported in our good bra now, through that finish line, hands raised and excited and enthusiastic because we are so thankful and so grateful. Like, Lord, there were some points that I didn't think, I didn't know, no way, no how I was going to make it. But we made it. And so I have to, okay, I am challenging myself to find some organ music. Lord, help me find some whatever it is.
Bite
Yeah, some sound bites, some free
Yes.
Royalty free. There we go. Some royalty free
Mm-hmm.
organ music, because I'm telling you, we're gonna find some organ music, we're gonna find some mic drop, because that's how we're gonna get through. Is that we're going to encourage ourselves. I'm going to have these sound bites that we can throw in there, to lift our spirits, because that's where we are, regardless of what month we go into, whatever celebration it is for the day. Everything is focused and centered on the intention of good news and finishing strong.
I love it. I love it. I'm going to share with the two of you. And if I'm connected to you, I saw today, it was a little video. It was a little girl sliding down a slide, but she fully laid out. And the caption said, "Me trying to get through the rest of 2023."
See? Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, she just laid out, and it's just
Yes.
carrying her down, whatever means necessary. We're gonna get through, and we're gonna finish strong by the strength of your hair follicle,
Listen,
your nail follicle, your toenail.
This is what I'm saying.
Your breath. We're gonna get.
So that's why you need to follow Lady J Thorne across social media, IG in particular, because when we find these things, talk about encouraging your very soul. Oh my goodness gracious!
Yeah, when you pulling through, I mean, like I said, I'm not feeling well tonight. But I put on my lip gloss, I put on a little foundation, and I'm here. I'm here for you. So you on the replay, you watching it. It's about the good news. That's what we press through to give you the good news.
Yes, and that's
Aida,
what
right? Aida, we are all, and you get all three of us. What a gift when you get all three of us.
I may not be able to be ready to show up physically, but he couldn't take my voice.
No. And you're here physically. You just not on the camera.
I'm not on the camera.
That's it. You here and see, and there we go. Bang, bang, bang. That's finishing strong. Is that I'm still going to show up. I am going to show up. Thank you, True. I am going to show up. I don't know what it's going to look like.
Right.
And
sometimes that's all you need to do is show up.
Show up.
Show up. Let God do the rest. Show up. And be on time.
Yes. Ahead of time. But ahead of time is on time.
It is.
Yes.
Ahead of time is on time. Yeah.
Right. That's so cool, because if you show up on, if it's scheduled for 7 and you show up at 7, no time for preparation.
That's right.
And if something goes wrong. So yeah, I always like to show up before the scheduled event time, because if you show up at the scheduled event time, you're late.
Yes. Yeah. That happened to me the day I actually left the building to get some fresh air, and I forgot my badge. And I was like, oh, my next meeting is not until 1:00. As long as I get back to the building by 12, 55, 58, I can walk right in, run into my office and get on a meeting. Well, again, talk about being still and knowing. We're talking about being in alignment and a new normal. Is like a whisper said, well, why don't you just go back? You finished, you got some fresh air, get back and go on in early and just kind of relax and ease into the next meeting. How about I got back at 1:45 and realized your girl left her badge on her desk. So I needed the extra time in order to call someone to come down and let me in the building. So that I could get in the, so I needed that time. So that is the importance of being still and listening for the divine downloads. So we know something as simple as, no, don't wait to the last minute. Go back now. No, don't do this, do that. Or yes, now is the time.
Right.
To do X, Y, and Z, because we're still enough to know, because one thing that I've come to learn, being seasoned, not old, but seasoned, is that God talks in a whisper. He speaks in a whisper. When he yells and raises his voice, it's because some stuff is about to pop, slam off. Okay.
Right. Attention. I need your attention. Snap out of it. Come
That's
on.
it. Didn't I tell you? Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But his initial conversation, for me, in my experience, has always been a whisper. Mm-hmm.
Well, for inquiring minds, is the whisper a different voice or your own?
It's not a voice as much as it is a knowing, just like a thought.
Okay.
For me, is
Right.
not as it's just a knowing,
Mm-hmm.
and a whisper from, like, what if I think of something, like right now, if I'm thinking I really would like some ice cream, it's just a thought. So that's how it comes for me.
Okay.
It's just a thought. To say, a thought will come out, like, when I bought my last home, the thought came, okay, it's now, it's time to buy a home. And I wasn't thinking about buying a house. I wasn't thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so then called the agent the next day. We went looking, found a house. I said, look, this is the situation. This is the circumstances. These are the things I'm looking for. And the house had everything, was at the terms, the whole 9 yards, because I moved on that whisper and that
Mm-hmm.
prompting and that thought, because it wasn't something I was thinking about. And it's funny, and so it's interesting, because I heard that prompting today. And so when I was out, I stopped and I looked at some houses, right? And so my thing was, ooh, these houses are nice or whatever. And again, for me, it was the whisper, the presence of knowing, an unction, whatever you call it, that said, yep, these are beautiful, but this is not it.
Right.
So yeah, so I'll know when I'm driving down the road, and I'll get the whisper that says, "Oh, let's see what's down that road," or go this place or whatever, to find my next place.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's important, right? For somebody else watching this, right? We're daddy's girls.
Yes.
And we're not preachy here. We just let you know what we're feeling and innately. And I think real talk,
Yeah.
we just need to have that conversation, right? You may not be aware
Yes.
about the whisper, or you might not be aware about the feeling. For myself, I agree it's a whisper, but it's more of a feeling.
See?
Like my heart will start racing a little bit, and
Yeah.
it's like a knowing, like a confirmation, if you will,
Yeah.
about something. Like, what?
Ooh.
What? Oh,
That's
okay.
it. Yes.
All right. I hear you. So, what about yourself, Ada?
For me, that's Holy Spirit. He is the one who leads and guides. In case you're trying to go one way, he redirects. Remember my story of how he gave me the download September of 2019.
That's
about
right.
going to find out about
Retiring.
and
That's right.
why do I find out about want to leave absence? But the feeling that it just could not leave me. So I knew that I needed to act, and it would be better for me to be obedient than to not listen to it. And I am so grateful that I was obedient to that prompting, because had I not been obedient, I could have probably been a statistic like a few other colleagues were during the pandemic. So that's how Holy Spirit operates all the time. It's a presence. It's like a feeling, like, okay, like you get that download, like, what, it's a heavy conviction. And even when you try to ignore it, sometimes you just can't.
And you weren't even thinking, and I remember you weren't even thinking about retirement.
Not at
It
all.
it wasn't even on the radar.
Already
And
home. So I
right.
wasn't even thinking about it. I was home. I wasn't scheduled to go back until February 17th of 2020. We all know what time
Yeah.
that was, right? That is
Mhm.
what he was saving me from.
Mm.
Had I not obeyed, I would have gone back to work, and I would have got caught up in the I just would have gotten caught up. And
And for context, for those who didn't know, who may not have seen earlier episodes, Ada worked in the medical field and she lives in New York. So need we say more? um, so yeah. So that was just the timing. Yeah, timing for you.
so correction is it was HR.
HR. Okay.
Right. Yes.
Right, but
Yeah,
but
but you were still
HR was considered
essential.
right.
Essential. We had to be there. Exactly.
Yes.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
that is
Right.
how a lot of people contracted. They got sick at the office, and some people expired. One particular colleague of mine that I spoke to 2 weeks prior to her expiration, and I asked her why she was still there. And anyway, I just wish that she would have taken heed, and she's gone. She's gone. So when you get that still small voice giving you instruction, pay attention, take heed, because he could be saving you from something and redirecting your path, because you might not be on the right path, or it's something that you intended to do that may not be good for you. So when he redirects, we have to go with the flow and follow his lead. That's
Mm.
my story. That's my personal experience. And I just thank God. Like I said, obedience is better than sacrifice.
And that's like we hear people all the time say, I should have gone with my first mind.
Yeah.
Mm.
I
Hmm.
should have I should have gone with because that
That,
popped into my mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
that,
Hmm.
Yeah.
Or a
My
dream also in dream.
oh yes. Oh lad, we can't that's a whole nother hour. Talking talking about dreams. Yeah. That's one of the ways that I have communication too. Yeah, definitely. Is through dreams. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's some good news though, and that's how we're going to finish strong is because we want to make sure we make the right turns, we make the right moves we need to make. So we have to listen to that still small voice, Holy Spirit, um, uh, speaking to us in a whisper. Hey, how about a person calling you out the blue? And
Yes.
checking on you, right? Because Jacqueline, you shared about how your
Yes.
mom in the Lord
Mm-hmm.
called you and she was on your mind repeatedly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there needed to be a divine exchange, a divine download between the two of you all. So yeah, okay.
Right.
So no, we're not in this journey alone. Important. We
Right.
do life together. So, who is it? We're going to ask this question. So, who is it that has popped into your mind over the last week? Somebody that you thought about that you haven't talked to in a minute. Like we mentioned, going into the holiday season, we have no idea what people are going through, what they are struggling with. They want to finish strong. They need some good news. Who is it that you need to call or send an email or watch it? Do some old school, drop a card in the mail,
Mm.
something.
Mm-hmm.
to reach out and connect with the person because they have been on your mind, we encourage you, do that. Do that. I cannot tell you the number of loved ones I have lost just before the end of the year. Between Thanksgiving and the New Year, I have lost count. So, and I know I'm not the only one.
Right.
So whoever comes to your mind when you're driving, when you're in the kitchen cooking, when you're cleaning, when you're just doing whatever, and that person comes up in your mind, that is a whisper to reach out, to call, make some connection with them some kind of way. Call somebody. If you lost their number, call somebody who knows them, that you know knows them, and get in contact. So that's a homework assignment.
Right. That's a good reminder. I had somebody like that recently, keeps crossing my mind, and I've called several times, and their voicemail is they won't accept anymore. So my next step is, based on that assignment, I'm going to email her next. Like, I've been trying to reach you. I've been trying to check up on you.
Yes.
You haven't been responding. Is everything okay? You keep coming up. So by air carrier, pigeon, cell phone, email, messenger, reach out and say, hey, you crossed my mind.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just calling to check on you. Been on my mind. Okay, great. You're good. Not a problem, or whatever the case may be. But just to let somebody know that you were on their mind. What's that song we used to sing? Somebody prayed for me, had me on their mind, took the time and prayed for me. I'm so glad that they prayed. So yeah, that's a homework assignment.
I just have to say that we are so connected. Because before you came on, I asked you, did you have a chance to watch last week's episode? And you would think, like, again, we have no scripts. This is organic. And I said the same thing last week.
See?
and it is a theme for us, right? Yeah. That we sort of, it's not a mistake that we piggyback and we have some of the similar mindsets. So I shared this with some new folks. If you're just watching for the first time, we are all connected spiritually, but we came together by being a part of an anthology, a book.
Yes.
And it just continues to grow. And I'm just so happy that we are connected. So we have close to 30 episodes, because it says the lives when I went to go look.
Wow.
So we have a library now of episodes, and they just keep getting better and better and better and better. Thank you, Zaddy. So yeah, I think that's a good assignment.
Yes.
Hope that we've given you some inspiration to share and or be the good news and to celebrate the people who are no longer here. Yes. Right? And it's not a sad time, it's harvest time, it's joy time, it's celebration time. So do something different. We heard, do something different. Reach out to the people who are in your spirit. There's always something to be joyful about. So share and be the big good news. And if you attract some spirits, say hello. Use what God gave you. Your smile. Yeah. That's communicating. You don't even have to say anything, but smile. You never know what that does for somebody. So
yeah. And honor. I like what you said, Jacqueline, about celebrating and honoring those that have already transitioned. And celebrate them however you see fit, even if it's on their day and you want to fix a special dinner to celebrate them, light a candle in your home, whatever, however you feel inspired to think about them and celebrate them and smile. That we even had the opportunity for our paths to cross and for us to even get to know those individuals, right? So definitely that. So we're going to wrap up and we will see you next week. At 7 p.m. Wednesday at 7 p.m. sharp. Wherever you're watching us now, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching us, join us again next week, Wednesday at 7 p.m. Any closing thoughts before I take us to the water? Take me to the water.
I want to say, whatever it is you want to do, don't feel like you're by yourself. You're not alone.
That's true.
Even if it's an idea or something you want to work on, collaborate with other sisters like we do.
Yeah, like we did.
Times you can't do certain things on your own. If you just come together with like-minded sisters, brothers, you come together and you just go and build upon it, and that's exactly what we're doing. So we hope that we could
Yeah.
encourage you to do the same, and we're here for you.
All right. See you next week.